I am Skeep, boy extraordinaire, 15 years of age as of this current date, Asian, creator of Nick vs. Nusky. Yes, hello. Welcome to my Q&A. It's a narcissist's favorite show. Yeah, let's go. So I've collected your questions from YouTube and my public Discord. Check it out. And I'm gonna answer said question, so let's jump right into it, you know? First question. If you could choose one fictional character to have a Twitter, who would you choose and why? Tsumugi Kotobuki from K-On! I would love for Tsumugi to have a Twitter account so I can see her tweet about cake and tea and how she loves being with her friends and having a good old wholesome time. In fact, on my Discord server, I actually have a channel where I put a webhook bot that messages out those cute wholesome tweets from @AdoseOfMoogie, a Moogie themed Twitter bot, and it's the closest thing I'll ever get. Why is your channel name SkeepTieel but you credit yourself as Chico? That's not always true. Sometimes I credit myself as YDGeon and sometimes Vinio. But yeah, to be serious, Chico is my son. He is a character, channel mascot if you will. My channel icon, that isn't me, that's my son. And the reason why I credit myself as Chico in the credits of every rap battle I made, funny story, yeah, actually it's not that funny, but I used to cycle through a bunch of usernames on Discord, all ending with _star for some reason. One day it would be Taihei _star, the next Suzuku _star, etc. Until I finally just got stuck with Chico, a character from, you can figure this one out, and that's how that came into fruition, I guess. Are you gonna do sequels to rap battles? No. What are you gonna do during the summer holidays? The same thing I do every day. Try to make rap battles. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your editing skills? I'd say a good 6. You know, I'm confident that I have the skills for good editing. I believe that everyone at least has the potential, but I'm afraid I can't edit to the best of my abilities with the equipment I have. So as of now, my editing skills are pretty tuned, but my actual editing content isn't really the best as I want it to be. But I'm making do with what I have right now, so I can't really complain. Did the subtitle maker get depressed? That's a good old classic. Alright, so you're referring to Kira vs. Zero. The font's fucky, yeah, I understand that. And the subtitle maker is just fine. Does it bother you that most of your fans are for Doki Doki content? Yeah, kinda, but I mean, people can't just be obsessed with a single game forever, right? They must have some different things they enjoy. I could honestly go and try to fine-tune things to find a perfect niche of characters I can use for rap battles for the most amount of views I can, but I don't. I do things that I want to do, and not personally cater to an audience. I am, though, very aware of it, and it kinda gives me this really resistant and reluctant feeling whenever I'm doing anything YouTube related, like uploading a new battle. But so, to answer your question, it does, but it won't affect what I'm doing. How long does it take to write a battle, and which was your favorite to write and the hardest to write? When I get really motivated, I'm able to write battles at top speed. My record is a battle written under 2 hours, I think. My favorite one I've written is the Little Sister Royale I'm doing, because it cycled through so many genres of both shows, music, and even writing style. The verses cycle like a pseudo-classic poetry recital, a hardcore dubstep verse, a light rock verse with singing, and then like metal with extremely fast rapping and etc. They were simultaneously the hardest and most fun verses I've ever written for because I got to try out different types of flows and different writing styles, and I think a few lines are pretty funny, pretty proud. And also, yeah, Seiko vs. Shiori. It's done, but it'll be released publicly as soon as I get my Wave 2 finale done. It can be like my Season 2 premiere. Why did you snitched? Haha, I remember that. Top 3 Love Live girls? Alright, so, number 1, Mari Ohara. God, I would let her tell me jokes all day. Number 2, Kotori Minami. Number 3, Ruby Kurosawa. She is the Rubestie. Honorable mention goes to Johan. She is so stupid, but I love her. Tips for mixing and editing. Can't really give any in-depth tips for mixing. I'll just say, make sure the beat and vocals don't drown each other out, and don't let the vocals sound dry. Editing, have a set pace and structure for your edits, have keyframes be smooth, and use motion blur responsibly. This has been a PSA. What country am I from, and how gay am I? How did I get into the rap battle community? Well, first I started in the epic rap battles of history wikia. I used to write little terrible battles there in form of blog posts, and then I met this dude named Truthbrood who introduced me to, I think, it was the CMRB dudes, Zach and Fel on Skype. I was kind of just there until I got added into more Skype groups and got introduced to more people. However, I really got exposure when I started interacting with one of my longtime idols, JMB, back then when I did a edit for his rap battle, Yoshi vs. Godzilla. I think that was one of my major turning points in the community because I was no longer just a nobody in the background. I was a nobody who did like a 10-second edit for JMB. Then I started to just hang around smaller members of the community, having fun and just having a good time until I started to climb up the ranks and was able to meet the big boys of the community. Favorite role? Oh boy, I just can't choose one. Okay, let's say. For my own series, Ganta Igarashi. He has such a stupid nasally whiny voice. I don't know how to replicate it right now. I forgot. I actually based his voice on the English dub of Dead Man Wonderland. I usually base my voices off Japanese dubs, but I did this because I absolutely could not believe that in the English dub that was how he sounded, and I had to try to replicate that. Then I have Frisk for JMB and Frisk vs. Isaac. I love doing ambiguous gender roles because I cannot do a proper straight up female voice, which makes me sad. So the best I can do is have like an ambiguous voice, and Frisk let me exercise that type of voice. It was a really calm and easy voice to do even when I had to do the fast rapping lines. It never strained my voice. And also, all 3 things I've done for Uberosity. Tattletale, I actually got the role by submitting an audition because they were doing this thing where people would audition for the role, and I said, why not? I do feel bad because I took the role from another kid, but then I have Augustus Gloop. I'm just really happy that I got into a main series, Uber Rap Battles of Fiction. Actually, I have a 3rd role in the future. I can't spoil the matchup, of course, but I'll say for the role, I got to channel the voice of Paul Rubens for that role. I don't think I got the voice impression exactly to a T, but I really like my performance in it, and I think I pulled the voice way off better than how he was portrayed in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, and also finally Jack Spicer for Mallman in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Part 1. I've always appreciated how Mallman structures his flow. My work is very inspired by him in those regards for the most part, and when I got contacted for a role in this huge ass gauntlet battle, I was a happy boy. In recording I could just take it easy with the flow because it would come to me naturally, but I could focus more on the emotion and the delivery of the line, and that was great. Also, it took me a million tries to do that Wu-Tang Clan intro because the instrumental didn't really have any clear beats to follow, so I had to find the rhythm myself. How long does it take to edit a rap battle / longest time spent on one? That all depends really. Like what type of video the battle has, AMV, the visual novel style, animation, sort of, or live action rap battles. I personally can't gauge how long it takes to edit a live action battle because last time I did that was back in 2016 I believe, but I can give rough estimates of how long each of my rap battles took. So Rick and Morty vs. Peabody and Sherman was about a month's work. Most of the time was for masking. Hojo's vs. Mokita, the actual editing took a week and a half. There was some additional time for recreating the text boxes of the game, and also collecting the art assets the sprites from the games, actual games and stuff. Pico vs. Pico, a week and a half also, I think. Ganta vs. Yuki, 2 months. That was one of my first times experimenting with After Effects, and I spent a lot of time recreating manga panels, storyboarding, and masking. Fun fact, most of the Ganta verses were actually made during my free time at school. I remember doing a research assessment for science in the computer labs one day, and right after I handed my sheets, I went on to work on Ganta's final verse. Nico vs. Natsuki, I didn't actually edit that, Gion did. And he did do it in a short amount of time, but he took gaps between working on it, so I guess it was a week's worth of work. Hero vs. Zero, that took a month, but only because of the stupid, tedious masking. Editing was mostly a breeze for that. Yuri vs. Katanoha, at least Katanoha's bits were literally done about in 5 hours total. Fred vs. Traps, 2 days. I pulled all-nighters for both days. Both days. Do not work under deadlines. They will kill you, especially tight deadlines. MVs probably take the less amount of time to make. They're super fun to do though. Tetsuo vs. Mob, a battle I made for a series I help out, was made under a week I guess. It wasn't all that complicated to make, but it was super fun. Also, all the side Bs usually take about 1 or 2 days, with the bigger ones like Maki vs. Knuckles taking under a week. Who would win in a fight? Mo, Sislak, or Goku? Luke plush videos. Real funny guy. Complete non sequitur. I don't understand. Nonsense like this. is butter an instrument? Worst anime you've watched? Ero Manga Sensei. I absolutely loathe this anime. It's actually unredeemable garbage. This makes the first season of Umaru-chan look like Cowboy Bebop. This is hyperbole of course. But Ero Manga Sensei is a standalone series. It's so goddamn bad. However, if Ero Manga was just bad on its own, I wouldn't hate it as much. Why I do hate it this much is because the creator of this anime made Oreimo, a series I absolutely adore so much, and Ero Manga is just Oreimo, but grotesquely regurgitated. All the substance has been digested, and all that's left is the waste products. Ero Manga was so disappointing to watch. It's nothing but gay-ass lolicon bait. That girl isn't even his real sister! What the heck? Are you gonna be a degenerate or what? Just don't go in and out, you're making an underage girl play the piano in the goddamn nude. You know, Oreimo had its fair share of degeneracy and lewd jokes, but guess what? Guess what? They were funny. On the other hand, 12-year-old girl just saying that she loves dicks? Tasteless. Absolutely tasteless. Ero Manga makes me angry and I hate it! Favorite famous rapper? Does Matt For You count? No? Alright. This may come as a surprise, but I don't actually listen to much rappers. Not at all, actually. I don't follow any big mainstream music artists, really. But I guess I like Kanye? I like Stronger, that was a good song. Wait, wasn't he the dude who made the Poopity Scoop song? Does Pitbull count? I like that one song that Pitbull did. You know the one? Favorite person to work with? I've worked with a lot of people before, and more than often it's just straightforward asking for vocals and this sort. But one of my favorite collaborators is Mancha from Uberosity. He is always really fun to work with and just a fun guy in general. He also makes great content. Check him out at Uberosity. Favorite rap battle community rapper? Seth. Seth has one of the nicest sounding voices I've ever heard. His rapping is great and his flow is always on point, and he has an absolutely beautiful singing voice. He's got a good voice range for lots of different roles as well. He doesn't just make rap battles though, he makes original music and it's really good. I think a new album of his is in the works as of now, but he already has an album called I Am Me released on Bandcamp, and I more than recommend it to y'all. Favorite type of chocolate? Just like how I like my men. What? Role that you regret doing the most, hardest video to edit, favorite and least favorite rappers in the community. Which community member do you miss the most now they've gone / not been around as much anymore? Number 1, the Ponies vs. Anything announcer. I cannot for the life of me bear listening to that. Number 2, Ganta vs. Yuki. That's probably my most technically complicated one. Number 3, I already answered favorite. Least favorite is no one because fuck you. Positive vibes only on this channel. Number 4, I actually really miss Liam. He was a really nice dude. He actually helped me quite a bit back in the day. What equipment do you have? As of the date of which I'm writing this, I currently have a Mac OS X, of which my family has had around since 2006 or sometime around that, and an Acer laptop with a broken screen that was handed down to me from my older sister. Had to attach it to a separate monitor, but it works relatively well. I've been using these things about for 4 years now. As for microphone equipment, I use a Blue Yeti microphone. It's good and reliable. And for editing, I use Adobe products, Photoshop, After Effects, Premiere, all that jazz. Favorite song? My favorite song is the Himouto Umaru-chan R opening, Nimense Ura Omote Life. Okay, enough of that. If you're talking non-weeb garbage, it's On the Rocks by Ken Ashcorp. Ken Ashcorp is my favorite musician. His work is so catchy. Top 10 Anime Girls. So, if anyone knows me at all, my favorite girl of all time is Tsumugi Kotobuki from K-On! She is my number 1. She's absolutely perfect, and I love her in, like, not a romantic way. I'm not a freak who romanticizes fictional characters, just kidding. Or at least I try to make myself believe that. But I absolutely adore Mugi-chan in, like, a respect type of thing. I could honestly write a whole essay about how great Mugi is to me. And maybe one day I will, but for now, I'll have to keep this short because I can't really dedicate a large chunk of time to of a top 10 question on a single girl. Number 2 has to be Lane Iwakura from Serial Experiments Lane. Her character started off as the flattest piece of cardboard to me, but when I finished the series, Lane became a goddess to me. Literally. Also, Lane is a super cute name, and Lane is super cute in general, except when she's doing that weird smug face of hers. Though I do think that obsessing over a character about a subject such as how cute they are kind of undermines their proper character in the show, and specifically for in this case their show in general. So I probably shouldn't gush over about how Lane is cute, though she is. Rather, Serial Experiments Lane is a really thought-provoking show that I really adore. It's one of my favorite anime, and Lane is a fantastic girl. Number 3 is Mai-chan from Nichijou, a seemingly emotionless girl, and you might think that might be the extent of her character, a lifeless kudere. No. Mai Minakami is a jokester, a rascal, a gagster, a comedian, the devil herself. I resonate with Mai's sense of redundant, drawn-out, nonsensical humor. Her chemistry of her and her friends is so perfect. She's my perfect comedy character. Makes me wish I could be like that, but I don't have near the amount of skills or timing in comedy as she does. Honestly, I wish I had a friend trio just like Yuko, Mio, and Mai. It looks like everyday fun. All their problems and hardships are real but exaggerated to a hilarious degree, but like Mio is there to comfort Yuko for getting low grades on her test, and they can mostly try to laugh everything off. They can get through anything with the power of friendship. Yada 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 gay. I'm dwelling too much. Speedrun, let's go. Number 4 is Taiga Aisaka from Toradora. Taiga is Toradorable, and that was an awful pun. I'm a big sucker for the tsundere types. I love them, except for Nico Yazawa. I want a tsundere girl to step on me and then hug me and cry about all her problems. Number 5 is Hamura Akemi from Madoka. Hamura demonstrates her love to Madoka by doing whatever she can to save her. That's a respectable girl. Also, she's a little stoic girl. Stoic. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Stoic. Stone-faced kudere turned tsundere turned yandere. Hamura's got really interesting character development. Number 6, Hanyu Furude from Higurashi. Hanyu is a cute little ghost girl, the great and mighty Oyashiro-sama, causing mysterious deaths since Showa 58, and only in Showa 58. It's always Showa 58, which is 1983 for non-reads. The misconception of Oyashiro-sama being an almighty vengeful witch or demon or whatever, and then having Hanyu being the sweet, innocent little horned girl who's voiced by Yui Hori? I'll just call her Yui Hori, who also voiced Felix Argyle, is funny to me. She's just a sweet little girl trying to save everyone from a horrible fate or something. Number 7, Mai-chan from Canon. Don't get confused. This is Mai Kawasumi, not Mai Minakami, our number 3 spot. Mai is my hard-to-read sweetheart. Stoic and stone-faced like Hamura, but way more purple than Hamura. I'd place Mai way higher on the list if she didn't come with the baggage of risking death by demon. Now you can argue that death by witch ain't better, but shut. Number 8, Susie Manbavaran from Little Witch Academia. Susie has gray pale skin with a slight purple hue. It's a shame most people don't have gray skin. Actually, that's probably a good thing. Having gray skin would look unhealthy. But, Sushi. She's an adorable little witch. Her sharp teeth look very inconvenient for, certain things, and she's kinda insane, which I appreciate. Her trio of friends is another trio that I wish I had similar friends to. Number 9, Biscuit Kruger from Hunter x Hunter. I just really like her name. Biscuit Kruger. It's funny. And also her assistant Cookie as well. That's cute. And also she turns into the Incredible Hulk. That's not so cute. Also, she's like 57 or something. That's like how old my mom is, I think. And finally, number 10, Sylphynford Tachibana from Himouto Umaru-chan. Umaru-chan is an anime that I absolutely despise. The first season of it, at least. But Sylphynford is such a ridiculously over-the-top character with an inferiority complex and a personality so upbeat that I actually kind of think that she feels realistic. Honorable mentions go to Tomoko Kuroki, who I didn't want to add to the list because of predictability and also because of how I perceive her. She ascends, saying ascending being a girl sounds weird. It's hard to explain, I don't know. Also, Shiro from Dead Man Wonderland, Ika Musume from Ika Musume, Rem from ReZero, and Tei Kojima from Gantz. Boy oh boy, that was sure a fun... That was a Q&A. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe, don't count on it. Now if you'll excuse me, Kingdom Hearts